Welcome at weekly blog. I've already had a video for previous week, but it had 30 minutes. It was definitely too long, and as well, I've got new mic. Maybe this will generate better sound, I guess. And there has changed in here more than one thing. Uh, just after that video. So maybe I will try to sum it up a little bit quicker than previously without further ado. I think last thing I had done on previous block was this tank. It previously was without plants. I've added them after a video shot, like at least those I already had. But meanwhile, I purchased like maybe almost 200 Steams plants on Facebook group that someone has recommended me, and put leftovers in here, and almost 80% or more in different tank. I will go into it in a moment. Mm, this is the interior breeding tank for those Kakadu chicklet. Mm, I don't have any pressure on it. I've added in here 11 antler tiger males. They are like selected out from my colony that I weren't selecting uh, mm, for a few years. So I've put those antlers on sale. Hopefully, someone will enjoy them as they are quite good looking. Even if I don't want to keep them, because I get a lot of males. I I can enjoy looking at them in this tank. I've ordered also as well some new snails, so this tank would be looking more interesting. To like 4 snails, it's not much. Mm, I think they are looking here great. That lucky tree or bamboo tree or whatever it's called is from different tank that I wasn't maintaining properly in different room. It was almost all submerged, so those leaves are really dark. They were underwater. Roots came from all main part of that bamboo tree. It's already dried out, so I hope it will live and thrive. It got a lot of roots underwater, so should be fine. My marinable tank was reorganized since that tank is already in place, had background filtration, etc. I decided to finally try do plants tank. I don't have experience in it, so I'm not gonna talk a lot of about it. Only that there is JBL Manado substrate on top, and on bottom is Axdrift substrate JBL Aqua Basis Plus or whatever it's called. Uh, there is like 5 liter of those and 10 of those. You don't see all of it on front. I've tried to hide it on front. That's why. And this is my new purchase for dwarf pufferfish. I never had them. I only was interested in them. They were in shop. Hope I will be able to keep them in here. And that tank was like quite had quite cold temperature, below 22 degrees, like 20 or so. So I added heater and set it on 22 degrees. It's like minimum uh, temperature of optimum range for them, I guess. At least I found it on the internet. As I don't want to heat it too much, that tank, and on summer it will be like 23 or 4 probably, just because it will be hot outside. Anyway, I've added for them some really small snails, so maybe they will feed on them. Uh, probably should set up tomorrow baby brine shrimp hatchery, so I won't starve them. I've tried to work in here with CO2, and then there is indicator, but I had that system lying for a year or more, and apparently I've set it up and all gas came out from some leak. I have to do refill bottle and try with water and soap, find out where is the leak, actual leak of CO2. It's annoying, I never done it, so for now it's more hard time for me than some enjoyable experience. I've added additional lights because that LED strip would be too small, like 5 watts. So I've added 7 watt and I guess 7 watt in here as well, like for smaller tanks, but merged together. And there is some watts, and will additionally finally add that 30 watt red and blue or purple and blue, whatever. It will be like placed somewhere in here. Mm, Hopefully it will boost it up. I'm not installing it until CO2 isn't working. I don't see any sense of boosting more light without CO2 because it would probably cause some algae growth. And here are my rams, golden one, and I've only added catapult leaves to them. Nothing much has changed. And those marina balls from this blood tank, I put them to few different tanks. Uh, at first, I thought maybe I will use one of those tube to marina ball, but they were like going on bottom, I guess, and weren't floating, moving around. So I gave up on this. And those are my photobioreactors for green water. And I'm not sure if they are working actually. Like I can see green on tube, but I'm not sure is it actual that phytoplankton floating or only on walls. Well, actually, if I pour out water, I can see that it's bright green, but I think for a week it should be darker. So maybe I will try it again. Purchase fluorine, some phytoplankton. I forgot its name, chlorella or whatever. Moving up, this tank is for rotifers. I've put like 2 days ago few eggs in here, but they didn't hatch or my eyes are wrong and I can't see any live entities in here. And I've put here a little bit of rainwater just in case if something will hatch that it will find some food. There's like 22 degrees temperature, maybe it's cold to hatch it out. So tomorrow probably I will rise temperature with bigger heater from maybe Brime Ship hatchery and add some additional eggs going up. This is like in here for 2 days. Like that tab I purchased a few months or more ago, and for some worms, I've decided to use blackworms, California blackworms. Mm, and I'm expecting them tomorrow. There is that JBL Manado gravel because from what I know, mm, like those worms will split on hard surface. Like you will put hand and move them around on that gravel with fingers. They will be like cut in half, and that is the way of propagation of them, the quickest way, I guess. In theory, I haven't done it yet. I've put some Java moss as to create actual tank and some rock that is above water. If like something happens with filtration or air and they will decide to breathe more, they can climb up on that rock. That tab, I've installed that rack with intention to keep some worms on above. Probably that back worms, yeah. And it's a really low level of water, so mm, there will be a lot of air, oxygen in that water, I guess. Mm, that would be like 8 gallon tub, but since it's not filled in top, it's now like 5 gallon or whatever, or less. If it will succeed and got a lot of worms, I may as well put in here some external filtration, bucket filtration or whatever it's called. And I will put it in here. First of all, purchase it, then put it in here and put tubes behind into here, so it would have a lot of biological surface. Yeah, and it's just a thought from this day. I didn't think through a lot of about the external filtration. It's just an option. Here is lying my CO2 system. Like, mm, it's not working, so as it's empty, and so I don't want to comment it and be sad of it. I'm trying to have on each tank separate sponges and spoons for getting out fish instead of fish nets, so not to not contaminate tanks from one to the other. The last thing I want to mention is that tank I've took out from my main L010a, um, those red lizards, and there was like 7 of them, quite grown out. I counted them in last week, and actually there are now 6, and I don't see any male. A few months ago, I have seen male, so that seventh one probably was male. I've took like 2 females out of, or 3 out of that different tank and put them in here, and purchased before putting them that one smaller one. And since I know that I don't have any male, probably I purchased from shop additional same size uh, fish, but it's not in here. It's on quarantine tab, not in basement, but in some different room. There is warm. I don't need to use heater. Since there are my fish in here, I don't want to risk, as in those tanks in shop. There's a lot of rotations of guppies and whatever other fish with that red lizards. Actually, I've purchased last one. I planned to buy 2 additional, but there was only one. So I've got Now two youngsters, this one and that one in quarantine. Um Hopefully, in another year, one of them, at least one of them, will be male, or the best option would be two males. So in both tanks, I would have three females and one male. Almost what forgot at weekend. There was like plants festival, so I went there with my wife and child and purchased some puffs. Marble Queen, so it got white accent on it, a lot of it. I had some white accent before, but really not a lot of it. This one looks differently, but it's got short stems, so I'm not cutting it and propagating in water yet. And as well, I've purchased aloes, since everywhere is like thought it got some mm, rooting hormones in it, so it in theory should improve propagation of plants and rooting them out. And maybe I will do some experiments with photos, with thinking in with aloes juice and without it, and compare how quickly it will grow out. But I'm not sure if it will work in water or only in ground. That's thinking in with that juice. Nevertheless, that was last thing I wanted to share with you. I believe in last video I thought I will slow down and clean up a room. I won't do any additional projects, and since that I've added that black worm tab. Rotifer were already planned to be, so that's not quite new. Yeah, but the black worms were plans in future, not in this week or month, but um, I've decided like that, and I'm glad done it. It's kind of cleaning room because that tab was lying on ground and was taking place. Since I've set up that plant tank, and I'm trying in future breed some pleco and those red lizards, and even rams and kakadu cichlids. I've thought about softer water, or with less TDS, since tap water on my zone got 330 TDS, and there is a lot of calcium in there. For plants, it isn't like the best deal, so I've purchased some cheap row system. Never used it, but watched some videos, and probably in future, if it will work, kind of, I will purchase additional one. It will double efficiency and decrease water wastes from what people have told. And that's really it. Yeah, another unexpected project that I thought I will slow down. Thanks for watching. If you are at least in half entertained than I was, then please give a thumb. Yeah, bye. Thumbs up.